shit. Fucking A. You don't gotta watch the me.
We
Top 30.
We have hecklers.
Not yet.
We have hecklers already. I'm sitting with Ryan Maifiled. We're here in the Modelix Tent here at the Worlds.
Yep. Oh, here comes
God.
Dakotah.
Here comes Godzilla.
Don't smack the camera. We don't know if it's looking at us or not.
Throw it right on top there, buddy. So I'm sitting with Maifield, and we've been.
Dakotah, does this mic work?
Yeah, you got to come around.
Come around, buddy. Get in the figure.
No, I'm gonna interview you guys.
Turn it
let's
on.
go.
Go ahead, interview us.
Let's start. Give me a
Is
good
it
question.
on?
Yeah. What's been your favorite moment of today so far?
Today.
That was my question.
You already asked it?
No,
Not yet.
But you took it from me.
Well, my P13, which has been my best run, I was actually pretty stoked about that. I felt like I made some progress. And then actually this tire battle we got in with IFMAR, I enjoyed that.
Oh, please let me have that.
Are we recording? Is this
Yes.
actually working?
No, we're
Okay,
on
cool.
right now.
What's your favorite moment, Dakotah?
We already talked about his moment. This is about us.
Oh, okay. Dakotah and me are boys. I'm watching him.
I'm just an interviewer.
Okay. The next question.
Okay.
You get two more.
I'm not used to this. Hang it. Give me a second.
Well, they're not even on camera. It's just you're just looking at me.
Yeah, but
But you're on camera.
That's fine.
I'm not used to asking questions. I
know
usually
I
just
look
answer.
Okay, you got two
All right,
more. You
okay,
can watch.
okay.
It's like a
So,
genie. This is a genie situation right now. You get three questions.
I got one down. Second question. American beer or European beer stronger?
Oh, this stuff's way stronger.
Yeah,
so
it's good.
I have this. I don't know if the camera can see it.
Cheers.
Cheers. I've had
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro,
six of
cinco,
these from the
seis.
track.
Seis.
However, I
Yeah.
believe I just took one of your cups out of it and threw it away. So
Yeah, that's
add
potential.
a seventh
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
I've been dealing with IFMAR for a little bit, trying to advocate, and drinks a bit. I'm not sober, that's for sure. That's why typical races I can like maybe have a beer or two before, and like just chill out. Not here, man. This stuff gets me wild up. Not.
Well, I mean, we're gonna get into it, but people have got to understand why you would be wild, and we'll get into that after his third and final question.
Okay, let's
I got
go.
a third question. I got the idea in my mind. I got to figure out how to word it.
All
Oh,
right,
God.
let's
Okay.
hear it.
So you've been around the block. Not old.
Pretty
Does that
old.
mean you're a
No,
whore?
you're not old.
Pretty old.
Does that mean you're a whore?
I don't think. Oh, company-wise, I guess. Yeah.
No.
You're not young. You're not young. You're not old. You're
I've
kind of just in the
actually
gray area right now.
I've actually
Okay.
talked about it. You're actually not a whore. You're probably one of the more loyal people when it comes to most companies
I have been.
for a long time.
Yeah,
So
I ride the train
Very
until the train's
loyal.
hitting it in.
Loyal.
Okay, I want to hear Dakotah's
All
question.
right.
Let's go.
So now that you've had some experience, you've been around the block, you're one of the guys. Have you always been someone who's wanted to like be into like trying to figure things out, be the guy that's like, hey, like this isn't right, this isn't wrong, or has that come as you've gotten experience and kind of been like one of the older veterans of the sport?
You mean in car aspect or like the race aspect?
As far as
Or
like
anything?
anything, but mostly like the racing aspect. Like you were talking about like the whole tire thing, and like you wanted to be a part of that, kind of figure that out. Has that been something you've always been a part of, or has it come as you've kind of gotten experience and you're kind of one of the main guys now, and you feel like, all right, I have enough say to be able to do this?
I think I've been into it more since I've gotten older because I've been to so many races, and I feel like I know the right way to do the things, even though many people on the internet will tell me like, oh, you don't know shit. But
Have you looked at the internet lately?
nah, the internet's brutal, but
I think the internet's going to be like, Maifield!
yeah, but I think
The
there's a
president!
right way to do the things,
Yeah.
and I've seen the right way to do them. I've seen the wrong ways to do them, and whatever's currently going on with what I'm sure Brent and I are going to talk about later is pretty,
Gray area.
excuse my words, but pretty fucked up way to do things, especially this late in the weekend.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
so I try to step in. I don't think anybody really cares if I step in, but I feel like I just have to because I feel like I bring some experience and some knowledge, and
Yeah, 100%.
like I've been there, I've done the things, I've seen how it should be. I want to see it right. I want to see it fair. I want to see, like I don't care who wins. Obviously, I want to win, but I also just want to see the best dude win. I don't want to see them get DQ'd over
Technicality
nothing.
shouldn't be the
I mean,
deciding factor of a victory.
yeah, I mean it's pretty nuts. So, but yeah, I see you don't really step into stuff like this, and I didn't used to either. And nobody asks me to.
I want to say something.
And I don't think anybody really gives a shit that I do. But I feel like I owe it to just the community to be like, hey, I'll volunteer this information.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. And if they leave it, I don't care. At least I put it out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. I think it's cool to see. It's
Yeah.
cool to see like you supporting what you feel is right, regardless of the situation. And in the day, like you said, love you or hate you, you are who you are.
Yeah.
So.
No, I just want it to be good and fair and fun for everybody.
Barbara Walters reporting live from Redovan
All right,
Spain.
Dakotah's
dude.
out. Thanks, Dakotah. Good questions. Have a good night.
Yeah, you gotta love when you got somebody from C-SPAN showing up.
Yeah.
Man, I overheard you talking just a little bit ago, and you've been going to World Championships. Now, when I say this, I don't know the answer to what I'm about to ask you, but if you've gone to World Championships since 2005, you said, is that 10th and 8th scale?
Yes, both. Yeah. So basically, I've competed in a world championship every year since
Almost 20 years.
Yeah, almost 20 years. Yeah.
Wow. And you obviously, back when you guys were in China, you doubled up in 10 scale.
Yep.
Are those your only two World
Yeah, that's
Championships?
it. Yep.
So you're searching for the elusive A-scale Nitro Championship right
Yeah.
now.
I mean, the A-scale Worlds is by far the hardest to win. I think it's just obviously. So at 10 scale, you have two opportunities to win one. You run two different classes. So at A scale, you run one car. You typically go to a track you've never been to, and for tire manufacturer, and also at 10 scale races, there's a tire tech. You have to run the same tires. Everybody runs the same
Right,
tires.
they got a spec tire type of situation.
Yeah, spec tire. So, that actually makes it easier because everybody's running the same tire. So,
Do you think this should be spec tire?
I mean, I don't agree with it. I also don't disagree with it. I think it would make it less bullshit. You know what I mean? But I mean, the majority of the tents you see are like tire tents. You know, there's so many tire manufacturers. They want to prove themselves. They want to make a name for themselves. So, I don't know. I mean, I know it's extremely expensive, for tire guys to bring tires over.
Especially if you have a large team.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you have enough of every single thing you want you to run for the other guys to run.
I don't know if it's 100% been the same the whole time. But it probably. Let's ask Adam. Adam Drake, we got a question for you.
Adam Drake,
Just
come
real
on
quick. Grab a microphone.
I get my own microphone?
Yep,
Yeah.
right here. Just
Come on, you can be.
I don't know if you
come
can-
stay right in between us.
So we were just talking about if there's ever been a tire tech at a Worlds or a spec tire. Has that been a thing?
In A scale.
No, not an 8 scale.
Not an A scale.
Just 10 scale.
So do you think that in A scale that would be a potential benefit? Because in 10 scale, there is a spec tire.
I mean, it's a benefit in terms of you just show up at the race, you know what you're running, you tune around it, but the downside is tire development for the manufacturers. And
Does it make it more equal if everyone's on the same thing? And would you want a rule implemented where the same manufacturer couldn't be two worlds in a row type of situation?
yeah, I mean, I would agree with that, not having the same manufacturer. But like an 8 scale, there's probably 15 tire companies, so it may take 30 years before you ever get your chance.
Sure.
Obviously, there's 50 other races
But
we
does
go
that
to a
chance
year.
even matter?
Yeah, it probably doesn't because
Does it come down to a
we
bid?
race every weekend.
Yeah, it comes into a bid.
Right.
Yeah, because we race every weekend. We know what tires work in different areas, so it probably doesn't really matter. We're still developing tires and still developing cars and everything at every other race.
Yeah.
And then it would just come down to the main thing I think would be the logistical side of it's a pain in the ass for tire manufacturers to even get stuff to different countries.
Well, that's the thing I was going to say is that we show up to these events and we might know it's way easier to know what to bring to set up a car. We got to bring a bunch of shock wheels and pistons and
Right.
whatever.
We already know that. That's easy.
Yeah, the
That's
tires.
the easy side.
I mean, it's not easy. Trust me,
Well,
I've been
no,
running
no,
here all week.
I mean, easy
I'm
to
saying as far as
transport.
logistical side of things, the
Logistical.
tire stuff, you're sending. I mean, if you use J Concepts, they want to run A1, A2, silver, and then in
How many treads? So that's
6
almost
or
a
8 different
container
brands.
for their team.
Right.
Almost a full container
Yeah,
for
so
their
it costs tens of thousands of dollars to get all these tires over here.
Absolutely.
And potentially you don't run a single one of a certain one.
Yep.
And now you got to send it home.
Yep.
Or you may not even get some of the boxes.
Right, or-
At
yeah.
almost all
That's
of
true.
these races, manufacturers are missing stuff.
We talked to Lutz earlier, and they're still missing all their Clay tires in customs right now.
All right.
Yeah.
J Concepts is missing tires. You know, I went for an A1 whatever I was asking for, and they're like, oh, we didn't get that box yet. And I was just like, okay, well, whatever. We'll just run something else. But it's, yeah, that's what sucks about it. But it's equal for everybody, I guess. You know? But I mean, I guess if we're ever in America or in China, you know, or
You can grab a chair.
anyways, thanks, Adam. Yep.
Hell yeah. All right. Thank you, Adam.
So yeah, anyways, yeah, that's what makes it tough with the tire stuff, and it makes everything tough.
So, like, just to preface where we're at right now, we'll talk about your runs in just a minute. But while we're talking about the tire situation, we just found out literally at the end of qualifying, we're talking, we've had 2 days of practice, 1 day of seating,
2 days of
2 days of qualifying.
Yep.
And at the end of qualifying, evidently, they're going to enforce a rule we haven't seen in years.
Yep.
We wasn't here 2 years ago.
Yep.
They're talking about a minimum circumference of a tire after it's been run. And it seems, and I don't know this for a fact, but I believe, it seems that it's coming from one tire manufacturer at the moment.
Yeah, not to name any names, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, a couple of years ago, we were here, and for J Concepts side of things, Dakotah and I made the main. We ran the whole hour, and afterwards, we had literally the foam was showing through the tire carcass, and our cars went through tech fine. There was never a conversation about the tire. And then now this year, they're saying that the tire has to meet the minimum requirements, which is in the rule book, and it's very clearly stated in the rule book. But what's not clearly stated in the rule book is when the tire is measured. So, and it also, if you go to the different part of the rule, I've been scouring the rule book all day trying to help, and
Which we have it right here.
Yeah, we have it right here.
We've been reading and looking
been
through
reading
it.
at it, and in the technical description of it, when they tech the cars, it also doesn't specifically state to tech the tires. It says at least they need to tech the chassis, the engine, and the fuel tank.
Yep.
It doesn't specifically state anything about the tires. So apparently today they made a decision that after the semifinals and after the A main final that they want to check the minimum diameter of the tire. And there's no way that any tire is going to pass except potentially one manufacturer,
Maybe two.
maybe
two.
And it sounds like now you maybe have to do like tire changes in hour-long main, and which thankfully is potentially not going to affect me. I'm not really threatening to make the main currently, but
I call bullshit.
you
but
know, I mean, I'll do what I can. But I mean, J Concepts, this is one of their best chances to win a world championship with Juan Carlos, Dakotah Phend's hauling ass. So,
and no one should count you out. I know you're not.
No, I
you're
know.
not got the results that you think you should
Yeah.
have right now. However,
but I mean, just as
I
as
always
far
bet
as
on
just
a Maifield.
let's go make it happen for the company I'm running for. Like Jason has a really good shot. Between a couple guys, so does Hot Race. Potentially, Hot Race has a problem.
Yep.
And I'll let the viewers out there figure out the rest. But
Yep.
it's kind of a weird situation. We haven't had to deal with this. All of a sudden today, late in the day, this is a problem, and we have to figure out why. And they're talking about, like taking up multiple sets of tires before the main, getting them teched, and then you have to change tires, and then after the tires come off the car, they're going to tech them.
Unless they mandate tire changes, that's bullshit. It's only going to benefit one or two drivers.
Yeah,
It's not the right
like
way
I said,
to conduct the world
I ran an
championship.
hour on this track before 2 years ago, and literally the foam was coming out of the carcass of the tire.
Yeah.
And so was Dakotah's. So was multiple guys.
Yeah.
There was a lot of cars that just like it was incredible that the tires even finished.
That surface is brutal.
Yeah, I mean, we're running on
the tires that are made every day for every event that we race around the world. They cannot handle 1 hour. No one makes a tire that can handle 1 hour
You
without
can't
the
run.
carcass.
It doesn't matter how hard it is. The hardest tire we make, anybody makes, nothing is going to survive an hour. So this is a pretty weird rule, and they're trying to enforce it. I hope it's going to go away. They're going to have to figure out. So at the Euros, there's a precedent already set. This is EFRA. We're in Europe. So EFRA is the main governing body. IFMAR is the overseeing governing body for the Worlds. And earlier in the year at the Euros, they decided to make a change, and they pre-teched before the final and before the semi. They pre-teched the tires.
That's legit.
So
the whole car should just be pre-tech.
Yeah.
When the race is done, they shouldn't even worry about the cars at that point.
So after the main was done, after the semis were done, nobody tech tires. That just wasn't even a conversation.
Yep.
But I agree, they should just pre-tech everything. Like,
Because you brought up a great point. What if, okay, they have a box. For people that don't know how this works, they have a box that you have to drop your car in, and it has to roll through without touching the sides, stopping, or anything. Basically, your car can't be wider than. And Maifield brought up a great point earlier. What if you hit something really hard, you finish on the podium, win the race, and your pillow ball pulls out, you still win the race, and your car does not go through that box.
Well, that's what
However, you went through it to start the race off.
Well, I brought it up because there's a rule in the book that says any race distortion shall be ignored. And so that's when this tire rule comes back up, is that if they're going to say some stuff like that, I think we got it right here.
Yep, right there. Rule 3.27.h. Any race distortion must be ignored. Inspection be on at least engine tank capacity, chassis dimensions.
So
they're mention
they're
tires
wanting to
in that.
enforce a minimum tire diameter, but their rule is so vague that it doesn't even specify tire diameter. It doesn't specify anything except that at least, at minimum, they have to check the chassis length,
fuel capacity,
the weight of the car, and fuel capacity.
Yep.
That's it. So that basically leaves them, there's a big interpretation there that they just want to decide to check something, they can.
That's a gray area.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
a big
world
gray
of
area.
rules, that's called gray area.
So, and that sucks because, you know, not to be whatever, but I mean, they decide, oh, but we don't like who just won. Let's enforce this gray
enforce
area.
a rule of the way we think it's read,
think it is,
not the way you see it read.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and you can pay money as long as the car doesn't leave tech, you can pay some money, €50 or whatever it is, to protest the rule, and then it has to go through some vote, and then some committee, and then some other vote, and then they either tell you to F off or you don't. So
you're good and tuned up.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. Well, it's because it sucks. Because I mean, I wouldn't say I have a shot to win, but I have an American buddy here that's doing really well, and that's like, you know, potentially he might get kind of fucked on this deal.
He runs the same tire brand as you.
Yeah, well, he's running. Well, not only that, I don't care
knows
about
Dakotah.
I don't care about that. I root for whoever's
America.
Honestly, anybody. You know, like Juan Carlos Canas, he runs for J Concepts. And he's a good dude. He's fucking hauling ass.
He is.
You know, he's going super good up there.
He's TQ.
Yeah, and I'm like, this tire rule can potentially affect him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to affect anybody.
This rule has been implemented way too late in the game.
Yeah. Well, the rule's there. It's just the translation of the rule is now being just defined, even though it's not defined in the rule book.
Here's the thing. The company that's making the stink has known about this for a very long time.
Yeah, the company...
They waited until...
Scott, I need a beer.
It was already too late to make this happen. That's why I believe this should be a moot issue. We should move forward as a pretext situation and not even think about what it would be like after 60 minutes. Because this is only about one company leveraging a rule that no one's enforced for I don't know how long. Long time. More than 2 years ago.
And what's funny about it is, per the rule that's actually on the paper, like, nothing is illegal.
Yeah.
Like, none of the tires are illegal.
Not if you pre-tech.
No, I'm saying, like, they're not even close to illegal. You know what I mean? Like if you pre-tech, right.
that's what I'm saying.
If you take
Every
all
tire
the
pre-tech
tires
fine.
that you've ever mounted in A scale history,
Yep.
none of them are even close to the rule that's in place.
Which is the way it
But the
should be.
rule doesn't dictate when you measure them. So now they're trying to dictate when you measure it.
That's bullshit.
And so a lot of tire companies are going to wear, some tire companies are going to wear more than others. So, I mean, why are we playing that game? You know, like, what if we want to, I mean, does NASCAR play that game, or F1, or what? I guess F1 does with the weight stuff.
The difference is if it was a spec tire, you don't have to worry about it.
But how do we replicate that? How do we replicate this track? How do we predict tire wear on a track surface that we don't run on? We don't know how to run on this stuff.
No.
Like, no tire company does. No tire company can go, even if we went, okay, hey, Maifield, J Concepts, Jason calls me and goes, we're going to fly to Spain. We have to go replicate tire wear at this what's this place called?
Redovan.
We're going to go to Redovan and we're going to run. And we're just going to run for as long as we can. We're going to see how much the tire wear is. That doesn't do anything because now the track is so much different.
Yeah, if you don't have 180 cars out there, you can't get that
we've been
replication.
running nonstop for 7 days or whatever the number is, and it's totally different than how you can ever replicate it.
You can't replicate this.
And you can't make a tire specifically for it. Like, if you made a tire specifically for this, it would be the biggest tire. It would be slow in every other application. You can't just make a specific tire for tire wear.
No.
Like, you have to make a tire for the end user to enjoy themselves. And she knows how to haul some bags.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's bag hauling right there.
Yeah, not bad.
Hey, good job, Elvira.
Yeah. Hi. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice lady. So anyways, it's a mute point. I hope it's not a problem. I hope nobody gets screwed out of a world championship over some bullshit rule. But anyways, should we get Ronnefalk in here? Come on, Ronnefalk, let's go.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
We got David Ronnefalk.
We've gone from
in
Drake
here.
to Ronnefalk.
Jump in the middle.
Grab a chair. Come
here,
back,
buddy.
Go back so that you don't feel uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm going to move over.
What's happening over here?
Oh, we're talking. We're riffing. We're riffing about tire rules.
We were just talking about tire rules, but that's kind of boring.
What is your... I agree with him. Let's get past it, but I want to ask you, just so we know, what's your opinion about this possible tire rule that has been implemented at the very end of qualifying? Not implemented 2 years ago either, might I add.
No, because then I probably wouldn't have passed tech, I think, like 2 years ago. So, you know, this is something that I would have liked. I don't know what you have said before I came here, but like I would have liked this to be like done already before qualifying started, obviously. So we all knew what the deal was going through qualifying, working towards the mains and everything. But it's probably, I don't know when this rule was, you know, put into the rule book, probably like 20 years ago when we were driving craft fighters and everything.
I mean, we can go, I don't know if you want to actually
We have the rule book printed.
I mean, this is my dad's job, but
yeah. So there's a rule right here. All cars, semifinalist finishes, go through Parc Ferme, which means post-tech. We'll skip ahead here, and it says any race distortion must be ignored.
That's the rule I've seen. So, like, if you break an arm, the car will be too wide going through the box.
How is that different than a tire wear?
Exactly.
Right.
So that's the same thing.
Devil's advocate, like I told you earlier, tire wear isn't mentioned unless the tire's been hurt by a pipe or a wreck or something like that. But
that's not mentioned at all.
No, I agree. No, I'm playing devil's advocate here because I believe rules are interpreted differently.
There's too many gray zones.
There's too many gray zones.
Yes.
And
100%.
it allows people that are potentially swayed in ways that we don't need to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To make decisions that they're going to benefit certain people and hurt other people.
100%.
And that sucks because that's not what racing's about.
It's too late in the game.
And honestly, that's been the problem with the Worlds for a long time.
That's been the problem with the world for a long time.
Oh, yes.
This is a political issue.
Yeah.
Let's face the facts.
Spencer, I need a beer.
Please, before they shut down.
What?
No, go.
Go to the tent.
Come on, help us out.
Love
bro.
you, buddy.
Come on,
man.
Two. Come on, bro.
Dos
I'll
cervezas
hook you up with double the inventory mañana, amigo. But yeah, it's a political situation, and I don't like to bring politics into this, but this is very, very similar to what we live in our daily lives.
Absolutely.
If you can make it happen, no matter what the situation, I don't have proof that this has been done a certain way with a dollar amount or a friend of a friend. However, if this was a legit situation, we would have been talking about this day one of practice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my issue.
And I think that's what sucks. Like, it comes up now right before the last round, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, people starting to, talk.
This was an executed attack.
Yeah.
If you think about it, think about this in a global term. This was an executed attack. They knew what they were doing. They did it on purpose at the right time.
Well, the thing is that what sucks is that the officials are going to potentially let it happen. Even though, a month ago you were at the Euros, you were there. What did they do?
I mean, I don't even think that they did.
Yeah,
they did pre-tech. Yeah, that they did for sure. I know they had that rule thing, like the how to say the thing that they
no-go.
measure.
The gauge.
Yeah,
no-go
they
gauge.
check
But was
before,
it? Yeah.
and then everything is fine.
But
I think that would have been the most fair thing here, obviously. Like,
yes,
I think that
I agree with it.
because now it's like everybody's running these tires. They have been working, on the cars to work on kind of a bar tire. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna start like either changing tires like in the main, but I don't know, like even driving 2 sets in the main, like you do 30 minutes.
I don't know if
it
even passed.
That's what I mean. So it's
30 minutes. I mean,
I don't think the viewers at home understand the tire wear. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, we're literally driving on a 100 grit sandpaper, and it's just shredding any dust you're seeing at home on the track. You think it's dust? It's literally tire rubber.
So we just saw a one-run 10-minute tire not go through the no-goes, which made it legal. Mm-hmm. We're talking 10, 11 minutes.
Yeah. But it barely didn't go through. And that was a bigger tire.
Yes.
And I asked the tech officials, I'm like, are we just going to set them in the gauge, or are we going to force them through the gauge? Because if I just gently pushed it through the gauge,
it might have gone.
It went right through.
Yeah.
No, it went right through.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
And the guy said, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
So,
but that's the thing. Like, we don't know yet. We're heading into the mains. Like,
we're going to decide a world championship.
If they want to set a standard, they should say, okay, this year we're going to pre-tech. Following this year, 2026.
Again, they're going to have to change the rules, and then these tire manufacturers are going to have to completely alter their tires.
Yes, but you have 2 years to adjust your tire.
Right, yeah.
We're going to pre-tech you because we think everyone should be legal with the tire you're using
sucks
tomorrow.
Because their rules are so vague that it literally says in the rule book, this is the minimum, this is the maximum, but it doesn't say when and where.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't say at the top of the tread. It doesn't say at the carcass.
Not right.
It doesn't say at the beginning of the race, the end of the race.
A tire manufacturer's smart enough to know we need to build a tire that's legal at the end of the 60-minute
it
World
leaves
Championship.
interpretation for maybe some monetary value to come in and line somebody's pockets.
Yeah,
welcome to politics.
And go, hey, we want this to change.
In America, we know all about that.
Yeah, amen.
Jesus Christ.
Well, everybody does, I think.
It's a really shitty situation, to be honest.
Hey, we're catching up. American politics are catching up to world politics.
Oh, what do you mean catching up? We're winning, bro.
We're fucking corrupt as fuck.
Oh, no shit? Are you sure?
We are as corrupt as it gets right now.
We're not corrupt when Spencer Hecker rolls up with some new beers.
That's my boy.
That a boy? Thank you.
You's a good boy.
Are you sure?
Well, I can have a sip.
Yeah, take a sip.
You can have a sip of both.
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No, I'll sip it.
I'm good.
Spencer Hecker doing a bar run for us. Thank you, Spencer. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. So,
this beer's strong.
Listen, we have already heard about. Okay, we beat the tire thing to death. I hope that it goes in the direction of all people, because in my opinion,
I would prefer this being decided on track and not off track.
Of course.
I was about to say, in my opinion, a world championship shouldn't be decided on a technicality.
And what we're talking about,
that's my opinion.
Literally half a millimeter difference.
Yeah.
Even if it's 1 millimeter or 2
0.1.
millimeters.
Yeah,
the fact of the matter is, nobody should want to win on a 2 millimeter technicality that nobody has enforced ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, we're talking years.
Yeah.
Many years.
Yeah.
Let's talk about where we're at tomorrow, or let's just say Saturday, because you guys aren't racing tomorrow.
Thank God, I barely made it.
You know what, though? Like, so at home, David, as a betting man, we don't bet Mans out. We don't bet Maifield out.
That's me.
I don't either.
Yeah, you shouldn't. But I also would never bet you out European-wise. So how do you guys feel? Man, I'll start with you. How do you feel about, I know your qualifiers weren't where you want to be at. How do you feel about your chances going from the semis?
Well, I'm not in the semis.
You made the quarters.
I'm quarter, I think.
Holy shit. I don't know if I'm betting on you anymore.
No, I probably wouldn't. I've been doing what I can, man. I've been doing the best I can. I've like studied film, like literally, like I've done more than I've ever done, like just trying my hardest, and it's just not working. Last time I was here, I thought I had a better feel for what was going on, and I can't blame it on the car I'm running or the tires I'm running or the engine. I can't blame it on anything other than just I think the pace is higher than what we've seen on surfaces like this.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Like, watching the dudes like David here and Bruno and Canas and Angaro
and those five.
I mean, even Dakotah, like watching their cars and them drive, it's like it's a little different. Oh, we got more?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
It's
a little Viking, dude.
Yeah, he's got shit to do. He's wrenching. He stopped his car.
I'm not in the quarters.
We can see David's. We can see David's car over there. He's got it all apart.
Shit.
So, anyways,
I thought the Swedes were actually fucking rad.
I'm not Ryan Rees, that for sure.
Top question of the night. Who's having the most fun here? All three of you. Piss cunts.
Oh, definitely.
He is. He's in the semis.
No, fuck, it's me. I'll be done tomorrow morning, dude.
David's having the most
fun, dude. I'm done tomorrow morning.
But yeah, I don't think anybody in America understands how hard this is. There's a lot of shit talkers going on the internet, especially Greg Degani putting up averages.
Did you just say somebody's name?
Well, he's putting up averages for the U.S. guys, and I think that's not fair because, like, I know for sure 100% fact that there's like 4 or 5 dudes in Europe that are arguably better or at least equal to the top dudes in America, but we honestly don't get to run on stuff like this.
Let's say next time it will be probably in Roar, is from what I heard.
Yeah,
like
it should be America block.
But the shitty thing is
how the track is. Maybe it's going to be a little bit more towards the European style again.
It probably will be.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to do this now.
Let's say like.
I hope it's not like this.
I hope it's at HRCR because I know Brian Eider just wants to like build the track.
Yeah.
And fuck it. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. Hey, it falls apart.
Would you not want to see it in an arena environment or something like that?
What?
An arena environment where like it's like a Silver State or a Psycho?
It'd be nice if it was covered, I guess, just for weather. But I mean,
but like the surface changes.
I just want to see when we used to do Worlds. It was only the track was only ever modified or changed or manicured based off of. Something that was dangerous or just you couldn't even participate on.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
If we would have the Worlds at a DNC track or something like that, I'm sure it would have been almost the other way around in favor for the Americans. Like
I don't know though.
I wouldn't say that because
we've not all the way, but Europeans come.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be 30th.
No,
I don't think you'd be 30th, but I don't think Europeans would be 30th.
No, of course not. I mean, Elliot Boots came in one DNC.
Yeah.
Canas won
he got
Silver
second.
State.
Canas came in one.
We've done it plenty of times.
Yeah, but I got second at Silver State.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I think I think America creates a more fair track to show everybody.
Except for the watering.
Well, yeah, but
don't
that's
be a bitch,
round.
David.
That's per
Jesus
round.
Christ.
That's per round.
It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, as far as at the end of the day, I think you can actually see. I know you are dialed. I think you appreciate I'm decent at this.
Yeah.
And Dakotah is good. Juan Carlos Angaro, Spencer Rifkin. I mean, Spencer's struggling out there.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking 2-time world champion You know, like
Dude, there are so
this is
many
just
people
such a
that you would
unique-
think would be at the top.
yeah,
that
but
are
it's such a
just
unique.
struggling.
People have no idea how hard it is.
Yeah.
It's a totally different driving style. Like, yeah, I think you would agree with this. You have more repetition on stuff like this, like just driving.
I mean,
Right.
just coming from the Euros, like my car is not much different from what we had at the Euros,
Right.
and that was two months ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
and like you said, this is what we got here in Europe now. Like every track is this kind of glued surface or
Yeah.
oiled surface, or very much like this. Except for this track is obviously pretty big in terms of
Yeah,
size.
it's big, faster.
But
Yeah.
but I mean the grip level, the smoothness of the track, like the
Yeah.
jumps, they are very much the same. And I would say like all the Europeans have everything under control. Like they know what they will get, they know what to expect when they
Like,
come
what
to the
is,
track.
how many changes have you, just out of curiosity, from the Euros? How many can you number? How many changes you made?
Here this week, maybe 10, but they are all like
500,000 front, 1 million center, and 1,000.
No, you don't have to get
No,
this specific, but I mean,
it's more like a millimeter of bump steer here.
Yeah.
Chalk oil 50 heavier there.
I'm changing diff cases, shock towers,
Yeah.
pistons.
No, but
that
I
was a
mean,
joke.
Yeah.
Because I know you come on a couple days ago and you give me some bullshit. Like I know it's bullshit. Everyone knows it's bullshit.
I guess what I'm
However,
trying
I
to-
appreciate you for.
What I'm trying to forecast to people at home is that it's so much different, and I'm not taking anything away from, just like you wouldn't take anything away from us. It's just different. Like
Yeah.
it takes so much more car technique, setup wise.
Yeah.
That we don't. In America, you don't really see this stuff. So.
and I mean, especially like also
And
you,
we have no excuses. I mean, shit. How many times we ran our car?
Yeah.
We got a
We
crowd.
ran our car a lot.
Yeah,
Just-
we ran a lot for sure.
Just-
But it's difficult. Like if you don't get into that kind of window where this the base of the car starts to work, it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys were cracking into the 48s, now I'm like barely cracking into the 49s.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing pretty good. Finally, I got into the. I'm only a second lap off.
Yeah, but
you know?
I mean, I can also explain. Like I joined X3 this year. The first race, I had a second place in at the DNC, which was great for
Yeah,
how
good.
my car was
Yeah,
there. I was
absolutely.
not happy with how the car was going in the main, but then like I did the next couple of races. I was struggling at PMB. I was struggling in Silver State.
Yeah.
Then I had time in June to actually go to the track. Testing, not just going to a race, trying to figure
Get to
everything
learn,
out.
learn
at
the car,
race. Like,
learn
you have-
everything about it.
You have so much more time when you can just go to a track like this, spend a day there. You'll learn so much more than you do in a race. So it's like, in June, I was able to kind of figure the car out for myself. I knew what to change. Like there's a lot of changes on this car that reacts different from what I'm used to.
Well,
in a
see, that's
C-Up
the
car.
difference is that, like, in America, so it would take a big commitment for you to come over to America to test for, like, a DNC.
Yeah.
But you're capable of doing that.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't think we're capable of, there's no way to replicate
Well, here's
this.
the issue.
You know what I mean? Like,
you
there's-
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
for
if,
only
if you come to Redovan
on an off weekend.
on an off weekend,
3 months
the
from now.
track's not the right.
Right.
It's not right.
Right.
But you're not. You can't really go and run a Euro. Because
Yeah.
you have to
Well,
represent
they can't
a
come
European
run a world
nation.
race.
No, I understand, but that's what I'm saying.
I wish they could.
I agree with that. But what I'm getting at is you can't just show up and run a Euro,
No.
where the track's going to be very similar. As best option as you have the opportunity to. Just like next year or 2 years from now, you can't just show up and run nationals on the track that's going to be very similar to how we're going to run a national.
No, I mean,
and it's very similar. I don't want to say unfortunate because this is a great facility. I don't want to take anything away from the Baldos or the track or anything, but it's at the same place it was 2 years ago. I love Spain. I personally am having a great time. But when you talk about the fairness of everything, it's a little bit skewed in the way of the Europeans because it's very European on how the track is run.
I can't say anything about it. I mean, I agree
hope
with that.
at some point it maybe comes back our way. You know, like, but again, like we go through let's talk about age for a minute. Okay, so like some of the top competitors in America are maybe a little bit older. Me specifically. Dakotah's kind of older than you, I think. How old
I
are
think
you?
we're the same age. Actually.
Okay, well,
How old is
a little
that?
younger.
Tell us how old you
28.
I think
Jesus
Dakotah's
Christ,
20.
you're fucking old,
I think he's
man.
same. Born 96.
Probably pretty close.
Or 97.
So I think
maybe.
Europe has some younger dudes that are just
You're fucking old.
Like, dude, Europe has some amazing fucking drivers.
Yeah, they do right now.
Right?
They're on top.
And America has a lot of like older dudes that are holding it down, and then some younger dudes that are still trying to learn the ropes. You know what I mean? And I think it's just favoring Europe a little more because people are like, you know, what are the fucking internet's like? Oh, Europe's just, you know, whatever. You know, whatever they're trying to say.
Whoa.
And-
Don't talk about the internet like you look at it.
I don't, but I also feel it and I know and blah blah. Like, but that's the thing is, as a driver, as a pro driver, I don't look at it that way. I just respect the ability and I respect the talent that it takes to do this shit.
Absolutely.
And there ain't anybody here that's competing for the win here that hasn't just completely dedicated their life to this. So how are you gonna be? Is our shit still working, Brent?
Oh, we're fucking working, dude. We're going on
All
20
right.
minutes.
So-
This is absolutely amazing, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So I just don't get it. I just don't like people want to say America, Europe. There's better dudes there. There's better dudes here. I can't put a number on anybody because everybody's fucking good.
Yeah.
I
And
agree with
everybody.
but that's why
I watch
don't
this
wanna
dude. I
rehash
actually.
shit.
This is one of the one dudes I don't follow anybody. One of the dudes I follow is this guy.
Yeah.
And this dude's running shit all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
know
I
what I
don't
mean?
want to
Like-
rehash it, but that's why this tire deal is bullshit. Because you shouldn't fucking take the best of the world and handicap them after qualifying's
No.
done. That's why
It's not even a
personally-
handicap. What it
No.
is a mind fuck.
It's
Yeah.
a, it
Why
is a
would
mind
you
fuck.
But everybody's been working.
Right. Why
with
would
that
you
thing,
want to
know?
try to
They
just
should have been
now?
able to learn to work with what they could have worked with versus what they did work with.
especially on a
Yeah.
track like this, it's such repetition, getting comfortable, getting in a
phone
mindset. It's just whatever. But,
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, now it's like if you don't switch
I mean, I've
the
been
tires-
trying for 6 days and I still can't fucking figure it out. But I mean,
Yeah, but now the thing is, like, we're running a bar tire. Even if you do the pit stop, you're still gonna be on the limit to make that, tire go
Even
through
if
the
you
gauge
wait
or not.
30 minutes
So
on
I
the
mean,
dot.
if you're now gonna put a, pin tire, you're gonna be a second and a half slower out there, I'm sure. So it's
To
like,
probably one manufacturer. And that's the
Yeah.
problem because only one manufacturer is going to. I understand they make a tire by the rule, but this rule
we all
hasn't been
did.
enforced.
Everybody did.
For me, yeah. If you pre-tech,
well, and how you
if you
interpret the rule.
pre-tech, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That's what it's been. Is a pre-tech situation,
And
not
too many
a
gray zones
post-tech.
in the rule book.
Yes. So, if you want to make an example, tell everybody we're pre-teching. This is the number. Following this year, 2026, the rule is when you come off the track, if you're not 109, you're illegal.
Yeah.
And allow the tire manufacturers to make tires for that. But don't hit them
It's
after
because,
6
like,
rounds, 2
again,
days.
in the rule book, it's vague.
It's
Yeah.
so vague.
There's not a single tire here that doesn't pass the rule when they're new.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
100%.
Like so, and there's a specific tire. I want you to say the tire company.
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. It's Matrix.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why I don't give a fuck. Because if there was 10 tire companies and 8 of them were all about it, then I would say there's a problem.
Well, that's
But
the problem.
there's
That's what's going on
one
now.
manufacturer out of all the tire manufacturers that is making this an issue.
Yeah.
And that's Matrix. And I'm
I
I'm
think it's
afraid-
because they interpreted the rule in the other way.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Or
Because there is 2 ways to interpret it.
Or they made a mistake making the tires and they measured them brand new and went, holy shit, these are way too
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
I want.
Oh
I
wait, when
want
they're
to
worn
preface-
out, they still pass. Oh, now we got a loophole.
I want to preface my stance that I appreciate and love everybody, like Davide Angaro and the people that run Matrix. I don't even know who all runs it, but I'm friends with everybody. I don't think there's many people that are going to come up to me and say,
You want to jump in here?
Fuck Brent.
We have to go?
No,
Okay.
we're almost done.
Where are you going?
We're going with you. We're going with you. 2 minutes. I'm friends with as many people as I possibly can be. My situation is I would hate for Davide Angaro to win a 3rd world championship on a technicality. He's a good enough driver.
I don't think
to
that.
win.
I think that I would hate somebody to win and lose on a
Yeah,
technicality.
this is what I...
Well,
I'm with you on that.
I would hate.
Like I said, I want it to be decided on the
I
track.
don't think that there
That's
should be
why I
any
would-
call that shouldn't happen before the race. Like, you should be able to take your car up to tech, let them look at it, and go, yes, this is legal to race the race.
All I'm saying
I mean,
is
it's
this.
not like we didn't know they were high tire wear already on the day one.
I agree with
It's
both
like,
of you. I agree with both of you, but I'm saying Davide Angaro is world championship quality racer.
No
and
shit.
He should not lose on a technicality. If he wins, it shouldn't be because of a
Yeah, but
technicality.
there's 10 other dudes here that are world championship.
No,
And-
no. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I agree. The competition is there.
Right.
The top 10, 100% could win.
What sucks
All I'm
is that there
saying
could
is,
be. I
if
think,
he wins
if
on
you
that
want to talk about the main
technicality,
event
it's
that's about to
bullshit.
happen this week, I think there's at least 5 dudes that are gonna battle it out for an hour.
Yeah, I agree.
Not
with that.
including me.
I agree with that too.
5 dudes that are going to
is
battle
weird.
it out for an hour. Yeah, it's weird,
So
and I'll
weird.
take it. It's fine. And there's some fuel mileage stuff that's going to go down,
That's true.
right? There's going to be pit stop shit that goes down.
That's true.
There's going to be who can hold on to these cars that are exceptionally hard to drive.
So true.
And I bet there's going to be 5 dudes within. I hope to see 5 dudes within 10 or 15 seconds on the last lap.
I think.
And
I think
again,
you're right.
on the last lap, I hope to not know what the fuck's going to happen. Like, because when I'm watching qualifying,
and we
looking at the
shouldn't have
times.
to consider a
Because if
tire
we're gonna
being
run
that
on an
factor.
on-road track, what do you want to see? Bruno standing here. This dude's won world championships in a fucking on-road.
That motherfucker's
He hasn't
amazing.
won more. He hasn't won that world championship more than a couple tenths of a second.
No.
And this is on-road. So,
Yeah.
and we should see after an hour a bunch of dudes on the same lap within multiple seconds of each other. And that should be it. And then afterwards, the tech shouldn't even be a fucking conversation.
Shouldn't be a factor.
Because based
You
off
should
whatever
know they
tires,
battled it out on the track.
leave it on the track. There shouldn't be a conversation about tires. We've been running the same shitty fucking tires all week. Everybody's tires are potentially going to be illegal. Who cares?
Fuck the tires.
They said
dude.
today that say all 15 dudes or however many go to the main.
Fuck the
All
tires,
of them
dude.
are illegal. They're going to They're going to dequalify everybody. And they're going to revert back to the semi.
Fuck the tires.
That's what they said. That's literally what they said. And I went, so the first dude that lost in the semi, if their
maybe
car
you
was
got a
tech,
shot.
yeah, I might have a shot to win.
Holy shit.
But I'm not in the semi.
You better run a
I'm not
bigger
in the
tire,
semi.
dude. You
I'm in
gotta
the
run a
corner.
big
I gotta
tire.
make the semis first. So, anyways, all right, we're
bye.
done. How do we wrap this up?
All I gotta say is good fucking luck.
We're
Good
out.
fucking luck.
All right,
I love you
thanks,
both.
guys.
I hope you guys
Good luck
get
on Saturday.
good views. Good views.
Peace. Your mom's a whore. Your mom's a whore.
Bitch ass